Tonight on Connecticut's news station, tracking a pre-Thanksgiving storm bringing rain, snow, gusty winds, and even coastal flooding. We'll get you through it.
The much anticipated hostages for ceasefire deal is taking shape, where things stand and how soon we might see dozens of hostages released and sent home.
A major update tonight in a hit-and-run investigation in Stamford. Police say they found one major clue into who killed a woman early this morning, but they still need your help.
Now at 10, this is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
A day before one of the busiest days for travel, the rain has arrived here in Connecticut. Some places even seeing some snowflakes. The question, though, will everything clear up before hundreds of thousands of travelers take to the roads ahead of Thanksgiving? Thanks for joining us here at 10. I'm Brent Hart.
And I'm Sarah Sanchez. Before we get to the Thanksgiving forecast, we're following breaking news out of Israel tonight.
Yeah, the Israeli government has approved a temporary ceasefire, the first break from fighting with Hamas since the deadly October 7th attack on Israel. The deal is contingent upon 50 hostages being released by Hamas, as well as more than 100 Palestinians being held by Israel. The ceasefire will only last 4 days, but Israeli officials have given conditions under which it can be extended, and we'll break that down later this hour.
Now we want to send things out to Chief Meteorologist Rachel Frank for the latest on the storm. Rachel, will this rain have any impact on travel tomorrow?
It'll be a super soaker when you wake up and for the morning commute, but by midday into the afternoon, the rain is gone. It's out of here, and the rest of the day, it'll be smooth sailing on the roads regarding the weather, but traffic is another story. I wanted to show you, while most of the state is dealing with a wind-driven heavy rain, we are talking about snow in the hills. This is from Mark Lagel tonight in New Hartford, and some towns have already picked up a coating to an inch or two of accumulation, mostly on the grass and on decks and on top of cold cars, but some of it on the roads as well, depending on where you go. Everyone will transition over to rain overnight. I think as we head towards midnight, I think just about everybody should have made that transition. 1 to 2 inches of rain potentially across the state, and we could see gusts early tomorrow up between 30 to 40 miles per hour, the strongest along the shoreline, and maybe even a bit higher than that for southeastern Connecticut. So here's that transition happening from snow over to rain slowly in northwestern Connecticut. In some areas, the radar is having a tough time figuring out what is falling from the sky. It is still snowing in Stafford, in Eastford, and there might even be some sleet mixed in with snow in Tolland as well. But in southern Connecticut, it's just heavy rain, and there is so much more to go where that came from. So we'll time out where we go from here, your full forecast, and a look ahead to some improved weather for Thanksgiving and after coming up.
Sounds good, Rachel. Thank you. We have an update out of Stamford now, where police have announced they found the car they believe was responsible for a deadly hit and run early this morning. It happened on West Main Street, where police say 74-year-old Marie Jean Charles was hit by the car you see on your screen. Now, this happened this afternoon, and that vehicle was found and seized, but police have not announced any arrests or revealed who was driving. They are still investigating and are asking any witnesses to come forward.
Hartford police are reopening their investigation into a popular nightclub. A viral video shows a more violent altercation than they previously thought. Fox 61's Matt Karen visited the Russian Lady, where security guards are accused of assaulting a patron. He has more.
Well, the original incident happened on November 4th. Hartford police responded here to the Russian Lady for a report of an assault, but no charges were ever filed. Now police are taking a second look after a viral video surfaced. This now viral video taken inside the Russian Lady nightclub in Hartford November 4th appears to show a confrontation in the stairwell.
The incident came in from a third-party call reporting an assault.
Watch as security guards appear to punch a man who falls down a flight of stairs. Moments later, seen motionless. Hartford police responded, but no charges were ever filed because security told police the man simply fell, and the victim, who was drunk, initially refused treatment.
We were just made aware as a department of a video that surfaced. We viewed that video and determined this clearly paints a different picture of maybe what would have happened in here. This is going to be a very active investigation.
The Russian Lady has changed hands several times over the years, operating under different principal proprietors and LLCs. We called the club's current owner, Jerry Fornarelli of FYC Entertainment.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system.
Fox 61 discovered it's not the first time the Russian lady has been in hot water. Last year alone, fined $20,000 and their liquor license suspended for 4 days for 26 counts of selling alcohol to minors. The Department of Consumer Protection telling Fox 61, quote, DCP has opened an active investigation into the incident to determine what action should be taken. The video is disturbing and not reflective of the behavior expected in our licensed establishments.
If you train better, you know, this would happen.
Devin Wilson of Waterbury provided Fox 61 with this video of another fight in 2021. You can see patrons and security swinging at each other around the pool table.
I've seen like numerous times, just like security's like a little extra rough there. I witnessed like a few times where like, say if they're getting ready to kick someone out, they walk up on him and just kind of grab him and just kind of start moving towards the door. Not really any explanation, any de-escalation or anything like that. So to be honest, I wasn't really surprised when I seen the video.
As for the victim, we're told he was taken to the hospital but then released. And in a bit of breaking news, the Department of Consumer Protection telling Fox 61 that the owner of the Russian lady is cooperating with their investigation and has voluntarily offered to suspend their license. This business will remain closed until further notice. Reporting in Hartford, Matt Karen, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Massachusetts man's facing charges. Police say they caught him stealing copper wires from several CTDOT light poles. John Seeley was allegedly on the shoulder of I-384 in Manchester yesterday wearing construction gear and putting those wires into the back of his truck. Seeley claimed he was subcontracted by the DOT, but the DOT says that's not the case. Seeley's being held on a $100,000 bond and is facing multiple charges.
This coming Saturday marks 1 month since 18 people were killed in the Lewiston, Maine shootings. It's a night we may never fully understand and one we continue to learn more about. For the first time since the tragedy, we are hearing from Justin and Samantha Giray, the owners of Just in Time Recreation. That's the bowling alley where the shooter first opened fire. They sat down with Samantha York from our sister station in Maine and shared the emotional toll this tragedy has taken on them and their community.
The bowling community as a whole is just amazing, and it blew my mind even after all that happened. Just the bowling centers across the country that have reached out and sent their support and sent cards and phone calls and messages and just everything.
People come in here as like strangers, but they leave as like friends and family, and we've met a lot of them.
Mm-hmm. And that's just us. That's who we are. We're not getting rich, believe me. it's for the community. It's something that we enjoy, and we enjoy the faces and the smiling faces and the people that are the birthday parties and even the grumpy people usually turn around and are smiling by the end of it. You know, it means a lot to us.
When everything happened, it really was just another Wednesday night that people were out in their community going to a spot that they love to go to.
Yep.
I wasn't even working. I was here bowling with my father. Just enjoying an evening with another community, a golf community, the Apple Valley community, and we've become family with intertwined. We would go there in the summer, they'd come here in the winter, and it was something that we all did together, and and that was what was going on that night. Just our fun Wednesday night league that started last year, and we just carried it over.
Were you working?
I was.
You were working?
Yeah.
When did you guys know something was wrong?
It took me a second. I heard a bang, and I thought, like every business owner, something was wrong. Like, what now? My first reaction was, come on. And I thought a balloon had been...
Step off? Yes, you can. Thank you.
And I thought a balloon had popped or something, and I looked up and saw him standing there, and that's when I realized this isn't supposed to be happening.
So I can only imagine that the people who were there that night were family.
Yep.
To you guys.
Every single last one of them.
To everybody. And there's a lot of, like what happened affected the whole community. There's people that come here 3, 4, 5 times a week, bowl in different leagues, and from youth all the way up have, you know, it's definitely a family. It really, it was tremendous.
I have to imagine that you probably saw things. How are you getting through?
So right now I'm just like trying to take care of everybody else. Like that's who I am. I have kind of just like disassociated at points and just like put it in my little box to deal with later on. I got to make sure that like our employees are taken care of. My husband's taken care of. It's what I do. I'm a caretaker. You know, I got to make sure that the families of these victims are taken care of. Yeah. I don't know.
Are you sleeping?
On and off. It depends.
Not much at all.
Just mind racing?
I'm afraid to sleep. I wake up with sometimes shaking, sometimes crying, nightmares, sometimes dreams, but they're just dreams of things that I just don't want to be dreaming about. I can't necessarily call them nightmares, but they're not so pleasant, not things that, but it's all the stuff that I'm trying not to think about when I'm awake.